Hello everyone, welcome to Makeup Monday, and today I discovered that there's a moth in the room. Today I discovered that as I was cleaning my makeup brushes, specifically this makeup brush, you might kind of be able to tell by the size of it. This is the Bare Minerals. There's a little dip in the brush for dispersing foundation better. But I was cleaning my brushes today and I realized that I have a thing I hadn't talked about. And when you wear makeup, I wear makeup regularly, so there's a responsibility of cleaning the brushes. Sigma is known for their brushes, and they also have a brush cleaner. Everyone's looking for a better way to clean their brushes, and this is called the Sigmagic Brush Shampoo. It says it's 100% natural, and it's 5.1 fluid ounces, and it's for deep cleaning makeup brush fibers and removing product residue and oil buildup to protect the tools and your skin. Fragrance free, and it says pump 1 to 3 times directly into a damp brush fibers. Lather, rinse, and repeat. As needed for best results, use with the Sigma Spa Brush Cleaning Gadget. The Sigma Spa Brush Cleaning Gadget, which, excuse that it's dirty, as I said, I came up with this idea as I was washing brushes. So this is the Brush Cleaning Mat. This is called the Brush Cleaning Spa Express. This is the little package it comes in. I like to hold on to it so that it has a place to sit while it's wet, but it actually has suction cups for the bottom of your sink so that it stays in place. It's not flopping all over while you're trying to clean stuff. And so you get your brush wet and then you rub it on here. Now, according to the area, there are different, each little thing. I really like this particular area for really dirty eye brushes. This works well, and these areas are for, the bigger areas of course, are for your face brushes. And I really like the mini bumps and this little lined area for, it looks like a fingerprint for my eye brushes, and it works out really, really well. Now, I only use 1 pump for most of my eye brushes and 2 pumps for brushes even as big as this and sort of this size and even this size. Because once you start using this, the soap gets everywhere and it's easy to end up with a ton of residue and just too much soap all over this. And don't use this underwater, by the way. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I use this while I'm cleaning the brushes, and I really like it. I prefer it to my hands because then my hands don't get, especially in the wintertime, they don't get dried out. So I'm gonna go ahead and just demo that. 1 second. Okay, so I'm not gonna make you just watch me clean all my brushes. I'm just gonna clean a variety of brushes. So starting with a pretty big brush, going to put, like I said, I put about 2 pumps once I actually get it out on there. Give a proper pump. Unfortunately, this has to be sitting upright to get a good pump out of it, but we'll do that one. Let's see, there's a very discolored brush, has pink all over it. Put a squirt on there. This is an eyebrow brush that just brushed through the hairs. Put a squirt on there. And let's see, then this is a pretty different kind of brush, a stiff angle brush. And where's a thicker brush? Then we'll do one of this brush here. There we are. And as you can see, there's no water in here. I did just wet all of these down. And so for a brush like this, you just, gonna have to move the camera here, I'm sorry. And you just do this, and as you can see where the cleaning is, as you can see. How many times am I gonna do that? And you just clean the brush. You're not getting your hands wet. All the color came off. This was what I was using for a highlighter. And you move it around so that you can get the shape of your brush back. For this one with the bumps, you use that for bigger brushes. And as you can see, there's lots of suds that start forming just with 2 pumps. So you don't need a lot of that. And you can see the powder coming up. Now, to get the shape back, you go and you put it on one of these kind of places. And you can get it back into a relative shape. But look at all the product that comes out that you're not getting all over your hands. And for this one, you see all the color that's coming off that's not staining your hands or staining a rag or anything else. And you just use different things, different ends to get different kinds of bristles clean. Like I said, this is one of my favorites for getting smaller eye brushes. You can see the color coming off with relative ease, and there's not that much product. And you do that for all of your brushes, and that's so much faster. Even when you're not, sorry for the light being in your eyes, even when you're not, especially when you're not filming, especially when you're not filming, you can get through all of your brushes. You can hold on to a group of brushes and go across a similar area and get them done and not get your hands wet. And it works really well. It rinses really well. And I really like it myself. Then what I do to rinse my brushes is I block the sink up with water and just put a little bit of stuff in there, and then you can use this, just rub it against there while there's water in there, and as you can see, you don't get suds, but you will rinse your brushes off. I'm just going to throw them over there for right now, and any other residue that's still left on your brush will come off in the water, although I don't find that problem super often. That one had a little bit more on there. But, yeah, I know I'm using this one area just because it's a little bit closer to you guys to see. But that's how I rinse my thing off. And in between, in between washing your brushes, especially if you do a lot of brushes at once, you're going to want to rinse this off in between, just so that you don't get the same, suds with colors all mixed on and then put back onto the brushes. But this is such a quick method of doing it. Love it. Alright, so I have made kind of a big fuss about not getting your hands wet, but just kind of an FYI thing. You are going to have to actually wash this thing once in a while, and your hands will get wet from that, because as you can see, residue can build up on here, so I'm going to have to get that off. And each area, for instance, this says cleaning mat, this says wash face brushes, rinse eyes, refine. So each little area has it written on there about what it's supposed to do, although I generally just do whatever the brushes seem to like to do. And I rather enjoy this. Another quick thing is, if you have a brush that isn't the best quality, cleaning it with this will take the brush hairs out, and it will be kind of easy to tell which brushes the glue is coming off of with this, especially during the rinse cycle. And it doesn't take much. You don't have to sit there and scrub really hard. You just sort of waft it across there. And my strap is falling. And it does its thing. I'm not sponsored, by the way, but like I said, I like to take, when I'm not filming, it goes a lot faster. But I like to take, and measure up a handful of brushes, like 4 or 5 brushes that are relatively the same size, and get them on there all at once. It makes the process so much faster, so much quicker, and it's just, I like it. I like it a lot for cleaning, and I like that I don't have to get my hands as wet. If you go and you start squeezing your brushes out or whatever, that's on you. But is it absolutely 100% necessary? No. Is it a fun, kind, slightly gimmicky, but actually practical kind of a thing? Yeah, it has that gimmick aspect, a washing mat, but it does clean my brushes really, really well, and it keeps the residue off of them, and that's really good for face brushes especially, and eye brushes, for all brushes especially. But yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you have the Sigma mat, tell me what you think, and I will see you later.